Hello again and welcome. This is Kingdom Men Global Network's MANtalk, where we discuss issues around manhood and Christ-likeness, the impact and the role of men in society as representatives of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Welcome. With me again is Pastor Popola Adams, the one we call Pastor Pope. How are you today?
I'm good, Pastor Rennie. It's a good day to be alive. Looking forward to a wonderful time again in the presence of God.
The last time, this will be the second episode on anger and the man. The last time we discovered that there are two kinds of anger, because if the Bible says, as we found, be angry and sin not, it presupposes that anger is possible without sin. And if anger is possible without sin, it means that anger can be good. But it also means that there can be anger with sin, which means that anger can be bad. So what do you say to that? Are there right and wrong angers?
Anger is good, anger is bad. One of the things that I want to state, which, in getting ready for this, I also looked at. Anger is a natural emotion that arises when you encounter a situation that you perceive to be wrong. So there's the angle of perception. At one point, I used to say that I think that the reason why God says not to judge is probably because, like he says, what makes God a good judge is that he's able to see the inside. He says that God looks at the inside, man looks at the outward. So you don't see the intentions. So really, you are not exactly in control of whether indeed this is wrong or right. Having said that, I think that what makes anger good or bad is really what the outflow is from an angry situation. Aside an example, you get angry and to let off the steam, like they will say, you yell at your wife. Or you drive aggressively. The question that I ask is, okay, so to what end? How does that really solve the problem? Whose purpose is that meeting? Usually it is to meet your own selfish, so to say, needs. You just want to let out the steam. You are not really interested in who is hurt. Anger is good when, in reacting to anger, you take a step backwards. The Bible says to be quick to hear, to be slow to speak, and then to be slow to be angered. That's the counsel. And so, I suppose that's why in one translation that you gave, it says to sleep over the thing. It gives you enough time to see things from the perspective of God. The moment that you're able to see things from the perspective of God, the moment that you allow the Holy Spirit to actually open your eyes to see exactly what is happening, it's a lot easier to respond positively or negatively. The truth of the matter is that how you respond to a situation that requires, that gets you angry, really, ultimately, whether it's good or bad, really is a factor of what the Holy Spirit thinks. So you have to be a man that is hearing God and is helping you to act properly.
But I also think that good anger will tend to be one that is not about self. You're angry about certain things happening in society. You're angry about work values. You're angry about corruption, for instance. You're angry about violence against women and children and all of that, and you decide to do something about it. Those are good angers. Now, but even good anger can be, just as you said, can be poorly managed.
Right.
Because you could be angry for the right reasons and then go out and do the wrong thing in reaction to this good anger.
Yeah.
So it therefore stands to reason that if it is good, it's of God. Now, if it is good and it's of God, then God is the one who will lead us to decide how to act.
True.
This is the God angle to these things that humanists and those who teach anger management will most probably not want to emphasize, because there is really good anger. Bad anger will tend to be anger that is situated in self. My ego, my family is wronged, somebody has cheated me, and then my pride and all of those things. When those things are the center and they are the reason, for our anger, then clearly they cannot be good. And clearly, because God is not in it, you're not likely to handle it right. So we need as men to begin to check what really makes us angry. What makes us angry? Why should we really be angry? Because even though the Bible says it's okay for us to be angry, it is clear to me that also, because anger is not a fruit of the Spirit, it should really not be found in the Christian man. A kingdom man should be able to manage. Yes, you can be irritated by certain things, but for the irritation to get you to anger, you will be expressing something that is not love. The fruit of the Spirit is central to everything that a Christian person does, whether you be man or woman. And it is central because it is love. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 13, the famous 1 Corinthians 13, and I'm going to read a few verses there. It says, love suffers long and is kind. To suffer long it means that you do not snap at the first opportunity. And you are kind. It says love does not envy. Bad anger usually comes from a hurt ego, a feeling of inadequacy, the stupidity of comparing yourselves with other people and stuff like that. It says love does not parade itself. It is not puffed up. That's part of the challenge. It's the ego. It is me, myself, and I. If anything wants to take the place of me, myself, and I, that thing needs to be resisted. It needs to be resisted. It needs to be displaced. And it goes on to talk about does not behave rudely. In other words, if we love, we are not likely to attract anger. We're not likely to get people angry if we do not speak rudely. In the last episode, you referred to the scripture that says that soft words turns away wrath. Praise God. And it goes on, does not seek its own. We've been talking about this flesh thing, self. If we love, life and living will not be about just us. It will be about other people. And when you extend, there's no way you can extend courtesy, you can extend recognition to people and still anger them. It's unlikely. And then it says, does not seek its own, it's not provoked. Now that's the point that I was trying to make earlier. That look, if we truly love, it's very difficult for us to be provoked to anger, because our thoughts will then be on, as one of my pastors would say, on giving credit to the other person. So this person has said something rude to you, has done certain things to you, and you're extending credit. You are making excuses for that person. Maybe it's coming, as somebody will say, maybe this person woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and I don't know if birds have any right or wrong side. And and says, does not rejoice at iniquity, does not think evil, rejoices only in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. That is love. That is the born again child of God. It's a born again child of God. And so, where is the anger coming from? Where is the anger coming from? I believe the Holy Spirit gave me the answer once. And it's not just about anger, about some of the things that we do. I heard the word for the first time, residual carnality. Residual carnality, and I wonder where that came from. And means that, okay, so there are remnants of this thing, the ones that Apostle Paul says he struggles with, and all of us struggle with. Maybe they are there, but the fruit of the Spirit can help.
One of the things that anger actually robs us of is our true identity. I was looking at some scripture, and it says, we know that the Bible says that we're a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. And I was looking at it and I was saying, okay, so when I get angry, why don't I remind myself of who I am? And ask the Holy Spirit to help me direct this anger in the right way. The Bible says that fools show their annoyance at once, but a prudent man overlooks an insult. In Philippians, I believe it's Philippians 2. If you read verse 1, verse 3 to 8, it says somewhere there that Christ made himself of no reputation. I think that is the meat of it. You would recall that, considering all that had been done to Jesus Christ, he raised the dead, he did everything. Yet he took all that insult. It was God. He could have called down fire. But he made himself of no reputation. The problem that we have is that we are not humble as men. And so it is like, who is he? Who do you think you are? Do you know who I am? Those are the kind of statements that build up reaction to anger that turns out to be negative. If we could just make ourselves of no reputation, that's what will help us not to be puffed up. That's what will take away pride from us. We will be like Christ, who was obedient even unto death.
Well, our work is cut out for us. And that's why we should begin to hasten our plan for the men's center. So that among our curriculums which we've already looked at is this issue of anger. Anger may be good, it may be bad, but bad anger is not for the child of God. Bad anger, as a matter of fact, the Bible says in Ecclesiastes, let me get that, in Ecclesiastes, it says in Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 9, very interesting scripture. It says, do not hasten your spirit to be angry, for anger resides in the bosom of fools. Men, kingdom men who are born again are not fools. Because the fool says in his heart that there is no God. And you are alive, you are in his kingdom because you have connected with him. Because you know that there is God and God is on your side. We must re-emphasize this so that we can deal with things like this that tend to, as Pastor Popola Adams has said, things that tend to warp up our identity, that changes our identity radically, that makes it look as if we are no longer children of God. I think that on this note, it's goodbye. Thanks for listening to us. We'll come back again soon. Pastor Paul,
Thanks for
having a wonderful time.